It works now. Let's see. Do we have audio? Let me know. There's some buzz. Let's see. I've lost some light too. My light just went out. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. I think I do have audio. Testing, testing. I think I do have audio. Yeah, the audio is working. Testing, testing. Yeah, the audio is working. Yeah, my shop light is not working. Okay. All right, I think that's it. Right? Yeah, let's see. Okay, so the shop light is working now. Let me get this other light turned off. Yeah. Okay, so everything should be working. I can hear myself on my. Yeah, I can hear myself on the phone. I just need to get some earbuds, I guess, so I can use my other phone to check the audio without having you guys hear the other phone. All right, so if the audio starts going out, please let me know. Yeah, I turned off the heater because I thought it had overloaded the circuit, but it did not. So let me turn the heater back on. It is freezing in here. As you can see, the snow from my boots is not melting. Okay, so we've got not that many people watching. I had some difficulties earlier, very frustrating. I did a sneak attack live stream earlier. Okay. Everything's good. I did a no talk live stream earlier. And I'm going to edit that one because in the beginning we've got some screeching noises and stuff. Some people thought that I might have done the live stream earlier, and I was not going to do it later. But I always have the live streams at the same time. If you see another live stream, it's a sneak attack. Okay? The schedule is just the minimum that I do. So I did all these on the previous No Talk live stream today. This is what I normally do on my days off. I just make bifaces. So I've got 3 Knife River bifaces. Let me put my glasses on so I can see the chat. Hold on. I'll be trying to finish out 1 or 2 of these today on this Friday night live stream. This is the last one I was working on. All right. Is it a ceramic heater? They always pop my breakers. It is a ceramic heater, but it's a small one. Yes, it is a ceramic heater. It has tripped the breakers before, so hopefully it will not do it this time. It has not so far, but we'll see. I'm trying to decide what I should do, the obsidian ones or Knife River. Let's see. Yeah, we got new people. People are going to be filtering in here. I need to finish this one because this had some of the original surface still on it from when I first started spalling this one. It broke right where there was a natural seam, so you can see the patina right there, and there's some patina on the other side somewhere. Yeah, right here on this. I might just finish this one out so I can get rid of the original surface, or try to. It's already pretty thin though. Let's see. I don't really feel like working on the obsidian one. But yeah, I did a no talk live stream earlier because the no talk ones are always easier for me to do. I can focus on just the flint napping and that's it. I'm debating whether or not to do obsidian, or I'll just do the obsidian one. Okay, I'll just work on this, and when I finish this one out, I'll work on the next one. Okay. So, yeah, the audio stuff got me frustrated. I had to switch out my phones. My other phone is not working. I don't know what it is. My newest phone isn't. I got 2 phones. My backup, my newest one, is not working. Somebody asked me, are you making weapons in fear of Africa invading? No, I am not. I'm not afraid of Africa invading. Or invaders from Africa. So, but I am making weapons. Yeah. This is a hobby for some and a business for others. For me, it's now a business. It used to be a hobby. Some people have it as both, hobby and a business. If I didn't have it as a business, I would not have it as a hobby. I would do it once in a while, maybe, but I would move on to another hobby. Yeah. Is this silicate? This is obsidian. It is a silicate. You know, it's a volcanic glass. This stuff here is Knife River flint from North Dakota. This is a flint or a chert. They call it Knife River flint, but it naps more like a chert. And I don't know if it forms within chalk or limestone, If it forms within limestone, then it's a chert. You know, I make arrowheads and stuff out of rocks that are chippable, or as we like to call them, knappable. What obsidian source? The source for obsidian varies, but there, I think this particular batch came from Oregon in the United States. Yeah, there are various places you can get obsidian in the United States, unless you want to know what the retail source is. Where can you buy some? You can find the sellers on Facebook. But if you want specifics, I can give you specifics in the comment section after the live stream is over. When the live stream is over, it has a comment section that you can comment in. Just ask there for specific retailers of obsidian that sell obsidian for knappers, and I'll give you the links. A lot of guys, they don't bother even doing that. They just ask in the comment section of the live stream, and they never, you know, ask me later on. They want to know right now. I'm napping, so I'm not going to be sitting here providing links to the sellers and stuff. Because then I would have to be typing. Homo sapiens are proud of me. We are Homo sapiens. A lot of people think I'm weird. So I don't know. I don't know if Homo sapiens is proud of me. This is the weird side of YouTube, in case you don't know. In case the new people don't know, all the normies think this is the weird side of YouTube. Joel says, today's my birthday. Happy birthday. Did you go to a restaurant and have them sing you happy birthday? You need to go to a restaurant before it's too late. And then sit down and order a meal and say it's my birthday, and they'll come and sing you happy birthday. You might say, no, I don't go to restaurants or anywhere because I am a hermit. I just go on the internet where I am anonymous. Yeah. Yeah. Well, happy birthday. You went to Tennessee instead of going to a restaurant? Did Tennessee wish you a happy birthday? Because if they didn't, why'd you go there? Someone says every day is your birthday, bro. Does he say that on every live stream or every comment section he's in? He'll say it's his birthday? Is that what he does? Somebody got to keep track of that guy. How many birthdays can you have in 1 year? We're going to keep track and see. Yeah. Because we like to watch people. Oh, yes. Keep an eye on everybody. Joel Bradford says he's only had one. That means you're 1 year old? I doubt it. I don't think you're 1 year old. No, dude, only one this year, dang it. If you had one, that means it's already passed. That means it's not for right now. So, what is it? If you had it in the past, that means the one you have right now is not your real one. Oh, no, this year I'm 8 years old. You're 8 years old and your parents let you watch Flintknapping? What's the world coming to? What is the world coming to? You know that we make sharp, pointy things on the Flintknapping live streams. Yes. I realized that we had young people on the live stream, but not that young. That's amazing. I look at my analytics, and 8 years old is not even on the chart. I don't think. I think it starts with like 12 years old when I look at the analytics. So you're not even on the chart. You don't even register on the scale. Usually you got to be 12 years old, I think, right? What is the... I think YouTube has a little bit of an age restriction. I don't know. I could be wrong about that one. Somebody knows. My kids, they were 8 years old a long time ago. Yeah. My youngest is 22. I have twin boys that are 22. It's been a while since they got on YouTube, so I don't know. You know, I don't know if they were 8 years old when they were on the internet too much. They weren't really into the internet until they hit high school. And then they went crazy. Yeah. And started asking me all kinds of philosophical questions. Joel, let's see. There's a lot of minors that show up on Jake's live streams. That's interesting. Do you guys buy anything? You 8 years old guys and 12 years old guys, do you actually click through the links and buy stuff online? Yeah, I think maybe Joel is trolling us. It's a good possibility. Yeah. Check out his channel if he has one. I mean, you have to have a channel to comment, I suppose, right? But check to see if he has any videos. If there's no videos, then yeah, it probably is an 8-year-old troll. Yeah. Little baby troll. Yeah, people wander in and out of the live stream constantly. I don't know why they don't stick around. Maybe it's because they're just goofing around on the internet. Okay. Yeah, TV used to babysit the kiddos. I remember that. The TV did babysit my kiddos. I was always working. My wife stayed at home for many years, and then we swapped. She stayed home for 10 years, and then I stayed home for 10 years. But when she was at home, they were little kids. And they were always watching the babysitter, the TV. It was a convenient mistake that we made. Yeah. We made a mistake on trusting the TV. We made a mistake trusting the school too, when they started going to school. A lot of strange things are happening these days. A lot of strange things being taught and shown to young people. So I'm trying to focus on this, so I'm not really paying attention too much to the chat. I don't know, people, the attention span has shifted from education to entertainment. The entertainment attention span has always been very short. People have switched from being educated to being entertained. When the internet first came out, everyone was wanting to communicate how they were doing and what they were doing. And it was usually boring stuff until they started posting videos of death. Like, remember Faces of Death? Stuff like that. The internet started to go down the tubes after stuff like Faces of Death and other fight videos and stuff. Other types of, violence. That it became entertainment instead of education. Train wrecks, dumpster fires, conspiracy theories. Yeah, conspiracy theories can be entertaining. And then there was this thing about cringiness became entertaining too. If the cringe was good enough, it could be entertaining. So they started doing cringe. All this happened before we got a chance to say, nope, don't watch that anymore. Dad, it's too late. We're already experts at cringe. We're already expert at violence and politics. Really? Yeah, Dad. Dang. So yeah, I had to learn about politics. What are you doing with politics on the internet? They talk about all kinds of stuff, Dad. I'm an anarchist now. Yeah. Down with the system. Down with the system. Yeah. That's what the internet says. That's what weirdos on the internet say. Gotta have a system of some sort. Hey, Sal's in the house. He says, speaking of a weirdo, you're not referring to anyone in particular, are you? No, obviously not. It's a mystery who the weirdo is. Sal's in the house, yeah. Let's see who else is in the house. I didn't start saying hi to everybody. I got distracted by a couple of new guys. For some reason, this particular piece of obsidian has static cling, like there's dust just clinging to it, like lint. After you take your towels out of the dryer or something, they're just covered with lint because of the static electricity. This obsidian attracts dust. It's just all over the place. Every time I abrade it, the dust, it clings to it. Peter's here, yeah, but when the system gets super funky, it gets easy to think down with the system is a good idea. Yeah. Well, it doesn't take long to get funky when it's lied. And you see lies. It's lied about. Like, they think it's a certain way. Or they come up with the ideas that it's a certain way, but it's lies. You can't tell the difference. Because it's entertaining. People are funny. If it's entertainment, if it's entertaining, it tends to stick in the brain and then it becomes true after a while. Not that it's true in reality, but it becomes true in people's minds if it sticks. It sticks if it's entertaining. Yeah. Entertaining in some way. Some people are entertained by doomsday prophecies and stuff. It's like a morbid entertainment. Mr. Jim, 37 trillion in debt is pretty entertaining. Yeah, isn't it? It's hilarious. The government sells that debt. And it pays you interest. We're paying more interest now on the debt than we spend on our military, our entire military. Yeah, that's a difficult one to sink in. Mike Mason says struck by lightning. I'm missing some of the chat. Let me check on that. I lose a ton of people when I check the chat, but you know what? The whole purpose of this live stream stuff is to check the chat. Otherwise, I'll just do a regular video. All right, let's see. Where is the chat? It doesn't scroll. Look, it's not scrolling. It just moves the screen. Okay, here we go. Is it working now? Can obsidian be magnetic? No, I don't think so, but I mean, I've got something. I got some stone from a friend of mine that looks kind of obsidian-ish, and it's supposed to be magnetic, but it depends on how much iron it has. Hey, let's see. Maybe the obsidian has a positive charge. I don't know. It doesn't seem positive to me. Most obsidian tends to be negative. It doesn't want to cooperate. Yeah. No, dude, not negative in that way. Yes, I know I'm joking. I tend to joke or be silly or stupid or strange. I've been called strange. So I got to stop using the word weird, because my kids say I'm weird, but it must be that I'm strange in adult parlance. Yeah. Kids say I'm weird, but I've been called strange by adults. Let's see here. So does everyone know what's going on? We have a lot of old timers in the chat, so they know what's going on. But do the new ones know what's going on? Did I put a sufficient amount of these are arrowhead or projectile point or knife templates up here in the background, so maybe it gives you a clue of what I'm doing. Hop along. I was 8 years old in 1956, and it was hard to get a decent internet connection. Yeah, 56 didn't have internet. Dang it. Guys are funny. I know. Trying to be funny, I suppose. Ray says maybe touch it to concrete to ground it out. It works with socks. I just mist it with water. I don't have my mist. Jim Cooper says, Patrick, did you see my super chat request about your camera rig last stream? Yes, I did. And I went like this on the live stream, and that indicated that I don't reveal my camera setup. I appreciate the super chat very much. Thanks for the money. I never reveal my camera setup. It's part of how I make money. It's proprietary. Yeah. Ricky says, can I see your done work? Yeah, just look at my auctions. It shows my done work every week. I have auctions every Monday, and you can see my done work. I sell everything or give everything away, so I don't have anything to show right now, except the stuff I did recently. I just recently did this one. If you don't want to look at the auctions, I did this one Wednesday. And in two parts, two different live streams. This was done over a period of two different live streams. It's made of obsidian, but a very special obsidian that we will not reveal the source. Oh no. Well, I will not. Maybe the guy that gave it to me will reveal the source, but I will not reveal it because as soon as I do, the rock hounds will be all over it and it will not be available any longer. We need to have it available. Let's see. So what did I miss? Money good? Money's good. Yeah. Tweak Music says money good. Yeah. Oh, I've got some music, free music. Okay. And I think I'm going to start putting it on the end of my videos. Yeah. Danny Collins has sent me some free music that he wrote. And I will start playing it. I'm trying to think. I don't have access to it from this phone. I have access to it from my phone that I'm videoing right now with. Yeah, that's why I don't like using that phone. I wanted to use this particular phone for my live streams because there's nothing on it. Everything is on my other phone. But for some reason, this extra phone's audio is shot. I don't know what happened to it. Golden Aurora Borealis Obsidian, says Ralph. I don't know what kind of obsidian is. Hey, Dwayne Griffin, whatever happened to your AI assistant? She's got her own channel. Okay, it's called 70 Outdoors AI. Once in a while, I'll try to generate some images and stuff with AI, and I'll post them. But she's on her own channel now. I hardly ever go over there and generate any more AI stuff. People hated my assistant, so I had to disconnect her from this channel. Yeah, I underestimated the hate for AI, and the AI is hated by everybody basically, except for nerds, I guess. I like it. Hey, Sal. $9.99. You the man. No, you the man. Sal is Mr. Money tonight. Thank you, thank you. Brennan says, some peeps say the Flintknapping songs Danny put together are cheesy. I personally like them, especially as an intro or outro. Yeah, I like them. I mean, I think they're computer generated, but it seems to work, you know. I mean, it's original lyrics. I wish I had access to it from this phone. Let me see if I do. Let me search around on my phone and take a break from Flintknapping and lose about 200 people. You know, they're not going to be watching me. But I might be able to access it from here. Let's see if it'll play it. Come on.
Woke up this morning, coffee in hand, flipped on the screen, my favorite man. Crafty's on the TV, chipping that stone with obsidian and flint. He's in the zone. He's shaping the future with a hit and a crack. Building the legends, ain't no turning back. With every sharp edge, he's teaching the way of the ancients who thrived back in the day. Crafty on the TV, talking that smack. Stone carving dreams, never looking back. From Texas to Vermont, Crafty studies us, chisel in the past, building futures for us. Wielding the hammer, he's steady and strong, crafting a world where we all belong. Underneath those layers of dust and grit, find some magic every little bit. A sculptor of stories, buried in the ground. Each piece he uncovers wisdom abound. With every collision, the sparks start to fly. As the old world awakens, we question why. He's digging deeper where the shadows play, reviving old crafts that could fade away. Crafty on the TV, talking that smack. Stone carving dreams, never looking back. From Texas to Vermont, Crafty studies us, chisel in the past, building futures for us. Wielding the hammer, he's steady and strong, crafting a world where we all belong. And in this life, we're all just searching for a place in the world, a way to keep working. With a flick of his wrist, he brings forth the light. In every gray morning, he makes it feel right. So gather around, let the stories unfold. Crafty's our guide through the young and the old. With the sun rising high and the day moving on, Crafty carves dreams till the light is all gone. Shaping the future one chip at a time. With every creation, he's keeping the rhyme. From the heartland of Texas to the mountains of green, the legacy lives on through the stonework unseen. With every perspective, he's showing the way. Crafty keeps going, come whatever may. Crafty on the TV, talking that smack. Stone carving dreams, never looking back. From Texas to Vermont, Crafty studies us, chisel in the past, building futures for us. Wielding the hammer, he's steady and strong, crafting a world where we all belong. So here's to the mornings with coffee in hand and Crafty on the screen, the true heart of the land. With a hit and a crack, he's paving the way through stone and through story. He inspires the day.
Okay. I hope that sounded okay. Let me know how that sounded. Maybe a little tinny since it came from a phone. Yeah, I'm talking tonight. Yeah. But I played some music that Danny Collins wrote. I think he used a music tune generator of some sort. But he wrote the lyrics. Sent that to me and I said, that's awesome. We'll see if it's hated as much as other AI stuff. Let's see. Peter Cohn, it certainly goes hard. I guess rock is an appropriate media. It sounded like country. I don't know. I usually listen to rock and metal music. But that did not sound bad to me. It sounded pretty good. A little bit generic, yeah, but it's good. Besides, it was talking about me. Yeah. I can include it as an outro, right? At the end of my videos. And think of something I can put in there at the end. Like a list of people who sponsor the channel, or a list of subscribers, or stuff at the end of my videos. I usually don't have any outros or intros. I don't like intros. I don't like watching them. But outros are fine because they come at the end of the video. I don't watch the outros, but at least it's at the end. So if I wanted to watch it, I don't have to watch it in the beginning. Or let's see, if I don't want to see them, at least they don't pop up in my face at the beginning. So this obsidian actually works well as it's getting thin. Yeah, see, I'm able to thin it down quite a bit, which is good. These flakes are flat. They're not diving. See how flat these are? They're not all curved, or they don't need to be curved. They're very flat. So this is one type of obsidian that you can run flat flakes on. Some obsidians, like that other stuff, like the other one, this black butter, it starts diving right away. So I had a bad dive on this one. But this one, I'm not getting any diving. So you have a lot of trouble with step fractures. It could be the material. Not every type of obsidian is the same. It varies as much as rocks do. Prairie goes, Ken. Yeah, I can play some of your music, Ken, if you let me. Would you let me play some of your music on my channel during videos? Hey, I'm doing good. Did you hear me play music just now, or did you just join us? No, I think you've been on the live stream for a while now. So Ken has been sick for a few weeks. That's not good. Yeah, last time I was sick, I had a very bad sore throat, so I hope I don't get that again. I hope that's not going to be the future with sore throats. I haven't had sore throat in years, and then I got sick in the fall, or the late summer, I guess it was. It feels like it's already the middle of winter with all this snow and extremely low temperatures. But yeah, I had a really bad sore throat for 3 days. Luckily, it was on my non-napping days. I take 3 days off from napping usually. Every week. I nap for 4 days and take 3 days off. Yeah, I'll nap on the live streams, but I don't count that as my as a hard napping day. That's just easy peasy napping. Yeah, this obsidian is really good for those flat flakes. So when that happens, it's easier to thin down. Yes, yes. Amazing. So I'm not going to push my luck, though. That's it for thinning on this one. I'm going to sharpen it and put some notches in or whatever. How do you attach points to a display case? You don't attach them. They're like friction fit. What happens is you set them in there, and it's got a cushion behind them. Okay, it's got a cushion. Let's open this up without breaking everything. See, it's got a glass cover. This is a glass cover. Now, this is felt on top of a spongy type material, foam spongy. So when you put a flat point in here, it compresses into the foam, and by friction, they don't move. Okay? It pushes up against the glass, so you have the points touching the glass on the other side. You know what I'm saying? On the underside of the glass, the points are touching the glass, but they're being pushed into the foam so they don't move. Now you can hang them on a wall, or you can leave them flat on a table. Either way, they can be displayed either way. Yeah, I got that display, that case for $60, I think. 60? 60? It's very high grade, high quality. It's got good joinery. It's made of nice wood. I forget what he said. It's got a very nice tone. All the hardware is durable. The hinges are durable. And I think the glass is relatively thick, so I don't have to worry too much about it. Yeah, and I can hang it up on a wall. See, that's got that wall. If you want the contact information for this guy, Larry Sinclair, that's his info. Okay? Wyoming Custom Woodworks, Larry Sinclair. I don't mind promoting that guy because his cases are excellent. Yeah, that's the first case I've ever bought. I had a case that I kind of made from a picture frame. I made my own case from a picture frame with a glass cover. One of those, I think it was like a 9x12, or I don't know what the portraits are. Anyway, that's the first case that was actually devoted to arrowheads, made by a professional. Uh-oh. Did it work? It's not working. There we go. That's good enough. I just needed one more flake. Yes. So now I can sharpen it and put some notches. Ralph says he likes that display. Yeah, it's good. It's very nice. What's the size of this particular piece? Let's see. Hold on. I forgot to measure this one. I'm going straight to bed after this. I'm going straight to bed after this. I'm feeling tired. I don't know why. I took a nap and everything today. I don't know what, something drained me today. Could be the cold snap last night. So this is 4 1/8 inches long. Yeah. This will be available in the auction when I'm done. 1 5/8 wide. It will be available in the auction. Coming up on Monday. It's a ways off. It's Friday night. It's not too far away. So I'm going to be picking on the edge here a little bit. I turned off the heater because now it's too hot. I've got my hat on. I've got my heavy jacket. I got a heavy fleece jacket on. I like the fleece because it's breathable. I start sweating right away. If I have a waterproof jacket, it holds in the water. Even if it says it's breathable, those waterproof jackets are not breathable. I do have waterproof jackets. And they do guard against the wind. They're excellent if it's windy. But it's not windy in the shop. So the fleece works good. Anyways, I'm talking about anything and everything. Oh, dang. I bit off some of the edge there. I don't know if you can see. When you bite off some of the edge, it's not good. That means I'm reaching my limit of my skill when I bite the edge. Okay. I had to brush off something that fell on me. It felt like a bug, but there wouldn't be any bugs in here at this temperature. Anyways. The ones I got are fine for $11. Mike Tuff says, "Where am I?" You're on the weird side of YouTube. Yeah. I'm not paying too much attention to the chat. So if there's a troll in there, I haven't seen them. I mean, we saw a couple. They weren't real trolls. They were just goofing around. But I haven't checked the chat, so I don't know what's going on. You might be referring to something I don't know about. Yeah, Mike Tuff's in the house. I'm using a Mike Tuff's bopper. Oh, yeah. I should put your name on these, Mike. So let's see. I'm going to put your name on this. Mike Tufts. And let's see if I can make these letters legible so people can know how to spell your name. Yeah, Mike Tuff's pads. Both of these pads are Mike Tuff's pads. It's these are walnut, I think, with rubber. I think you're putting rubber on all these, Mike, nowadays. Ultra absorbent. Yeah. Yeah. It makes me lazy. I've got stuff to make my own pads, but I haven't made my own pads in a long time. Yeah. Yep. These pads have been lasting a while. These lasted longer than mine. Mine don't last this long. I use vegetable tan leather or veg tan leather on wood, but I use very soft wood. Cheap. I think I used poplar last time. Just hardware store stuff. Yeah. I still got a bunch of stuff, supplies to make my homemade tools. I just haven't made my homemade tools in a while. I didn't even make this one. This one was a gift as well. I forgot who gave it to me. Yes. I forget these things. If I don't mark them. Let's see. Ed Gould says, "What's your website, Mike?" Oh, Mr. Jim says, "What's the website?" Ed says, "He lets anyone play Snyder." What? Mike Tuff says, "I don't have a website, but I sell on eBay and through email." Yeah, so get Mike Tuff's email. I don't know. Is a Red-Eyed Patriot in the house? He can post stuff like people's emails, I think. I might be able to post it in the comments myself. If I take a break from napping and lose 100 people. Does it matter? Yeah, actually, the viewership on these live streams matters to the channel. I was able to break out of the shadow ban because of these live streams in this particular format. With this, I don't like the vertical format, but there's a lot of doom scrollers that end up in the live stream, but it counts toward the viewership. Yeah. My channel has been shadow banned because I tend to focus very specifically on certain things. So it's kind of a niche or a niche interest and not a widespread interest. I messed it up. It's not a widespread interest, so the channel gets shadow banned. But right now, YouTube is promoting these shorts-looking type vertical format videos and live streams. I thought that the vertical format was not going to make much difference, but it does make a lot of difference. I guess it depends on how long you've been on YouTube also. I don't know. I do not know. I wish I knew. YouTube keeps all that stuff kind of a secret. They tell you these things like they give you tips on how to create thumbnails and what to put in the thumbnail and what to put in the title and all that stuff. But if you look at videos that are made by successful YouTubers, they tell you all kinds of little persnickety things that'll help you get viewership. And there's like a dozen different little persnickety things having to do with the title and the way you describe your video and in the description box, the way you comment in the comment section, the way you edit, and also the lighting quality. All these little persnickety things can make a big difference. And your dialogue, your voice and your tone and your approach and your attitude has to be a very narrow focus. And they tell you how to be pretty much a generic, very popular YouTuber. But I looked at that for a couple of weeks and I started to say, okay, this is a lot like work. I mean, like a job, and not something that's off the cuff and enjoyable. It's kind of fake if you go by all those rules, because you're really not being yourself. You're going by formula. But it gets lots of views. Yeah, so it's formulaic. It has, half of it is the content and half of it is the formulas and how you deal with the content and how you upload and how you describe it and how you promote it. So it's not all just the content. Yeah, and I do worry about that since it is now my part-time business. Otherwise, I wouldn't worry about it. Mike says, I'd rather be ungovernable than popular. Well, it depends, because if you have to be popular to eat, then you'll be popular. Yeah. Or you'll attempt to be. See, look at that. All that dust just clings. It's so dry. I think the humidity is below 20%. Yeah. So I'm trying to sharpen this just by picking at it. That's the easiest way to sharpen these things, just by picking at the edges. Yep. A little bit of inward pressure, but the pressure becomes less inward as you reach the tip. So it's mostly downward. As you reach the tip, it's mostly downward pressure, but it's a little bit inward here. The pressure is a lot inward there, so you can drive flakes a little further. But as you go up the blade, it's more downward pressure. And I'm going to say that a lot because new guys don't know this stuff. And there's a lot of new people, it seems. And you don't want to crush it like that. It might look easy to sharpen it. It's not easy to sharpen these things. If you're crushing it, it's not being sharpened. You got to have nice clean pops and not any crushing going on. Yep, pop, pop, or snap. If there's a crunch, it's not being sharpened. At least not to its fullest potential. It's got to be nice, clean snaps.
Yeah, I get nice clean snaps when it just snaps the tip off.
Yeah, I know. Not that kind of snap. It's just the right temperature now. The heater turned off too. Yeah, so you don't have that noise, that humming in the background. So the pressure flaking, when I'm at a nap-in and people are watching the nappers, they don't watch the pressure flaking. But on videos, people scrutinize the pressure flaking a lot. They zoom in. They want to see exactly how to do the pressure flaking. But when I'm at a nap-in and doing the pressure flaking, everybody's eyes glaze over. If they're watching me, it's like, oh, it's time to go get some coffee, man. Suddenly I feel tired. And suddenly I feel like my eyes have glazed over. All suddenly. But on YouTube, they're like,
You're not doing it right, dude. I zoomed in. I had an extra supercalifragilistic zoom in, and you were not doing it right. Yeah. I saw another napper get better at it, doing better. And he used antler, or he uses like horn.
yeah, I don't know what it is with these different audiences. Why is there different audiences? Mike says, I'm in the position where other people's opinions don't affect my ability to eat. Other people's opinions of me are generally none of my business. Guess that's why I like it that way. Yeah. Are you self-employed? Because if you're employed, that means you have to make your boss happy. You have to be popular with him if you want to eat. Yeah. Anyways, or her. Yeah. No discrimination here. No discrimination implied. Have I had female bosses? Oh, actually, I've only had one. And that's when I was a tutor. The teacher was my boss. I tutored in a class, 5th grade students, and the teacher of the class was my boss. Yeah. And the principal of the school was a female too, I think. So yeah, I was a tutor for a little while. While I was in college, I took a tutoring job at an elementary school, part-time. And unfortunately, some of the students I was tutoring didn't speak good English. So I wasn't sure how much I was helping. Yeah. Probably not much. Anyways. So I'm reaching the limits of my skill because you can see it's starting to get steppy. I thought I could run a flake. That flake became larger than I thought it was going to be. I was just kind of, running some flakes just for grins and giggles. But no. Come on. It wants to be tough sometimes. Yeah, if I keep doing it, I'm going to install a curve. Okay. Why does it do that? It's so sneaky. All right, so yeah, that's it. I'm not going to try thinning it anymore. I was trying to thin it and pick on the edge at the same time. But nope. That flake went way too far. I mean, it was way too big. How long have I been on? An hour and 5 minutes. It already seems like I've been on a couple hours. I shouldn't have taken that flake because now there's a steppy area right there. Dang it. I was doing good until I did that. Oh, that's all right. It's no matter what happens, it's okay. Because if you start getting all frustrated, everything starts going downhill. Yeah, I can't take another. See, I was thinking of taking another flake to hit the back end of that one, but no. See, I made a mistake. It hit too hard there, and it went too far, and now I got a step fracture because it's got some mass right there. I could take another flake into that mass, but then I risk creating a land bridge and scooping it too much. I scooped it too much with that one flake. And if I take another flake from the other side, it'll be too scooped. Yeah. Anyways, that step is not too bad. I don't think. Yeah, it's not too bad. It just bugs me. Yeah. It bugs me because it wasn't necessary. And on the other side, I got some kind of inclusion or something there. So I can't run a flake through that inclusion. I got to run it there if I want to flatten that out. But then it doesn't need to be flattened. It was okay before. I'm getting impatient with this one. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with the notches. Two scoops of Raisin Bran. Alan, you're always thinking about breakfast cereals? Yeah, it's my fault I talk about breakfast cereals on this channel. Yeah. So what can I make out of this that I haven't made? I'm looking for something original. Let's look for something original from the far west. See, far west. These are far away western areas. So what's a book? It's this book. Overstreet Identification and Price Guide to Indian Arrowheads. Take a screenshot. You missed it? Too bad. You were in the kitchen when I said that. You just ran to the TV, and now it's not on the TV except for the pages.
What book is it? I was trying to get some. I was trying to get some whipped cream from my key lime pie. I missed it.
Oh well. I'm looking for something original to make. Oh, I can make a Stockton with lots of notches in it, right? Yeah. No. No. Mm-mm. No. I'm not going to make lots of notches. It's just tedium and boringness. Tedium and boringness. I like the Elcos. I could make an Elco. See? I can make an Elco. I do like the Elcos. See, I want to do something that I like. Now, technically, if I wanted to get all popular about it, I would do something that everybody likes. Yeah, like a Stockton. Or, a Cody type point. One of these Scottsbluffs or Albertas. I can make Alberta. Except these are all made from cherts and stuff in Chalcedony. Oh, that one's dacite. But it's so narrow. This is obsidian down here. So the Alberta is early archaic. I could make one of those. But the shape is wrong. No eccentric Mayan pieces. No, absolutely not. Those require vertical punch work. You know, you can probably crunch those notches in on those eccentrics, but it's probably much easier just to punch it from the vertical. I could make one of these. I just gotta change the base entirely. Nah, we're not gonna change the base entirely.
Have you made everything in the book, dude?
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
So we gotta watch you just skim through it and get all upset you can't figure out anything new to make?
Yep. You just gotta sit there and get upset because I can't figure out what I can make that I feel like making. That's the way it goes. It's the law of the West. Even though I'm no longer in the West, I still go by the law of the West. Hate to do it. Hate to look through this book for something interesting, but I got to do it. It's the law of the West. Oh, these are cool. Yeah. See the Elcos? Elco. It's elk with an O at the end. Elco. They're nice. They're cool. They turn you into a fool. Yes, they do. Yeah. Because you don't want to do nothing else. Everything else is all kind of meh. 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 That's enough. That was unproductive. I don't know what to make still. So I'll just put notches in it. In the corners. In the corners like I usually do. And no, I don't get tired of corner notched. That happens to be my favorite. It's hard to be tired of your favorite. Hey, 199 super chat from Jay, Wilderness Quest Outdoors. And he has a website and I don't know what website. He has a YouTube channel. Jay's got a YouTube channel. If you want to know where to find rocks or how to find rocks, just go to Jay's YouTube channel. Elko, it's settled. Let's do it, says Alan. Yes, yes. Hey, Patrick says, Aussie Flintknapping. Hey, Patrick, have you ever napped an Australian Aboriginal style Kimberley? Yes, I've napped a Kimberley before. Actually, more than once. I've napped at least 2 or 3 Kimberleys. Yeah. Oh, yes. I think I messed this up, actually. But yeah, the Kimberley point it has a lot of little notches and serrations. Or, I don't know if you call them notches. It has a lot of serrations. I'm messing this one up because I just blew out the corner. I have requests to do Kimberley points. I just haven't done them. I have had requests to do more Kimberley points. Every time I do a Kimberley point, people want to see another one. Can you do another one? Okay, I'll do another one. Can you do another one? Yeah, okay. All right, now that you got that one done, can you do another one? What is it with these Kimberley points? What is it?
I just want to know how to make them out of every material possible in the whole world.
Oh, I see. You want to see them made of every material possible. I see. I get it. What else we got in the chat? Elko could be fun process to watch. Yeah. Except they blew out the corners. I took too much off the top here. But I'm just gonna notch it anyway. Yeah. Put a little concave base in it. A lot of these Elkos have barbs that go all the way down to the base level. But these are not. Yeah. I was going to be trying to do a narrow notch and I blew out this side. on my first attempt to do it like a narrower notch, but no, it blew it out. So now I gotta go with it. I didn't judge that correctly. This obsidian actually is harder to notch than I thought. Not that it doesn't flake. It flakes well. It flakes too well. Yeah, the flakes go crazy. I gotta be extremely gentle with this. Extremely. Extremely? Yeah. Extremely. Come on. Is it because this is dull or something? Sometimes it naps really well and sometimes it doesn't nap at all. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. That's what it was. It was developing a bunch of burrs on the top. Yeah. That's what it was. It wasn't gripping the edge because it had some obsidian dust and burrs. If you don't know what the burr on the edge is, don't worry about it. Just always keep it sharp. But not sharp like a knife sharp. Just sharp. Kind of sharp. Make believe sharp. Yeah. It grabs the edge better. And you can push in and pop out a flake. People's eyes glaze over at nap-ins when I do this too. But in YouTube, dang it, that's what I have most trouble with. You got my attention. You got my undivided attention when you start notching. But if I do this at a nap-in, everyone's going, what? What did I miss? I'm still doing notching. Oh, okay, I'll go back to sleep then. Yeah. Different kind of audience. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, everyone likes to see percussion work at a nap-in. And they kind of want to see that on videos too. Especially when you're percussing these big nodules. They think, if I start with something big, at least I can get something out of it. Even if it ends up being real little. I guess I'll get something. Just give me something big to start with. At least I'll get something. Yeah, well, with that attitude, you get nothing. Not even with something big to start with. Yeah. Believe it or not. Why is that? Because different sizes of points are different mindsets. You have to stick with a certain size to get good at that size. Yeah. If you try to get good at all sizes when you're a beginner, it doesn't work that well. You end up with nothing. You're trying to get good at all sizes through all stages. You think you're getting practice. If you start with something big, you get practice with all stages. Yes, that is true, but you get like superficial practice. You got to stick with one size first. Like start with small stuff and then work your way up to bigger stuff. Or start with big stuff. And if it gets too small, just wait. Don't keep going with it. Just get something else that's big and just focus on only big stuff at first. And then you can do the small stuff later. And it works the other way around too. You got to get good at a certain size first before you move on to a different size, because it's a different mindset. And same with notching. Notching on little bitty arrowheads is a different mindset than this kind of notching with a bigger point. You can't say, well, if I start with narrow notches and they get bigger, at least I get something. I try to get good at narrow notches first. And then if it doesn't work, at least I get something. You end up getting nothing. If you want narrow notches, you stay with narrow notches. And if it gets too wide, you go, oops, time to switch. Start over with something else. Just keep focusing on narrow notching. Because if you get into you try to do too much, it gets confusing. The brain doesn't get good at one thing. It tries to absorb all these different things, and it doesn't work very well. It gets confused or it gets overwhelmed. It gets frustrated. If you're going to get frustrated, make sure you're doing only one type of thing. And then your frustration won't last all that long because you'll see progress. Just focus on one thing. A lot of new guys, they want to get narrow notches, thin points, and sharp points. All at once. Just take it easy. Just start with one thing, and then the other stuff can be put on the back burner. I suggest just get bifacing down and then learn to thin the bifaces into blades. Once you get that, then you can think about shaping them into different shapes. But of course, that's a perfect world. Not everybody uses that formula because it can get boring. I'm crunching this in too much. It's starting to stall. Yeah. I like to have nice little pop outs at the bottom of these notches instead of crushing. That's not going to work. This stuff crushes so easily. This is like regular man-made glass. Man-made glass crushes easily too. This is obsidian. It's not supposed to be so crushy. Well, I don't know about that. I wish it wasn't. Come on. I wish you weren't so crushy. It's terrible. Terrible, terrible crushing going on. Dang it. See that? It's all stalled and crushed. I can pop something out of there, but I need to use a lot of pressure. And guess what happens when you use a lot of pressure? Yeah, you end up regretting it because it'll snap it. Steal some material from the side. Yeah. See if I can pop something out now. Yeah, like that. It makes the notch wider, but come on. Did it do it? It's kind of doing it. It's not doing it all that great. I stalled it really good. It's not biting into the edge. I tried trying to sharpen it, but it's not doing it. It's not staying sharp. And yeah, these files, you're supposed to go in one direction, but that's only if you're using it a lot. I'm just using it for this little tip. That's it. So, in case you're wondering,
You're not doing it right. You're not doing the napping right. You're not doing the filing right. You're not talking right. You're not doing anything right.
yeah, I know. I've got my own way. Got my ways. Okay? That's my excuse. I got my ways. Man. My ways don't always work. It's still stalled. I'm not going to put any more pressure on there. Let's just get this finished. So I can use that, or I can use regular pressure flaker. See what else we got in the chat. Man, I missed a ton of chat. Dang it. Okay, let me see what I missed. In case there's a question in there. Okay, so I have 122 people. Just watch. It's going to drop to 22 people here in a minute. I'll lose 100. Yep.
Oh no, he's checking the chat again. I don't know why he's checking the chat on something that, you know, it has a chat and it's live. I don't know why he's interacting with his audience.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous that I'm interacting with the audience on a live stream. It's so ridiculous that I'm interacting with that has a chat. Let's see. John says, I bought some obsidian online. Turned out to be manufactured. You got to tell us where you bought that, John. John Shields, tell us where you bought that obsidian that ended up being manufactured, because we need to stay away from those. Testing turkey roaster flakes and spalls of laurel chert to send to Sal as we speak. Awesome. I still got a bunch of laurel chert from Bren. I haven't heat treated any of it yet, because I'm slow. I'm slow as molasses in wintertime. And it's not even funny. It ceased being funny a long time ago. Somebody says, uh-oh. Who is? Oh, someone's misbehaving in the chat. My niece better not be watching. Let's see. Sounds like Rice Krispies. Oh, yes, it does. This is a smoky obsidian, yeah. I didn't miss much in the chat. This is a smoky obsidian. It's kind of hazy. It looks like it's hazy and not really smoky. It's got a haze to it, and I never bring in my flashlight. I used to have a shop light separate from everything, but I brought that into the house. You know, I could bring a shop light in here and backlight this. You can't really see. It's got this haze to it. Yeah, you said that already, man. Yeah, okay. So, oh, we lost only 20 people. That's good. I didn't spend too much time checking the chat. We still got some diehards watching. They want to see if I'll snap this, because this is kind of where it's easy to snap off the base and the stem. Yep, snap off these ears. It's very, very easy to do that. Oh, yes. It's not only you. Everybody has trouble with that. I've been known to snap off ears on many occasions because I get tired of being persnickety with the ears. What's persnickety? Just being very careful to get all the initial conditions correct. It's got to be just the right dullness of the obsidian. Everything has to be done at just the right angle, not too much force. All that stuff has to be just right. So you're not using excessive force or sending flakes in where they're not supposed to go. You can reduce the accidental flakes by being persnickety. It doesn't guarantee that you'll be a perfect napper, but it helps the odds if you're more persnickety. Yeah. Should I keep going? A lot of the Elcos have deep concavities.
Wait, the arrowheads had tooth decay?
Yeah. Arrowheads have concavities. That means with cavities. Yeah. Yeah, these things have tooth decay. These Elcos have tooth decay. Hey, Super Chef, $5 from Alan. Friday night live yapping nap fund. Awesome. Thanks, Alan. Thank you very much. If you don't know what a super chat is, it's money. It's like a tip. Yeah. What do they call it when musicians play on the street corner and they get tips? It's like, what is that called when people play on instruments on street corners and stuff? A live stream is almost like that. Yeah, like this. All right. Yep, it looks Elco-ish. I'm going to make it look even more Elco-ish. I got to sharpen up these barbs. Yeah. Sharpen them right up. How long have I been on? An hour and 33 minutes. That's it. Man, it feels like I've been on here 3 hours already. Why? I don't know. I watched a movie earlier this morning. So I said, I'm going to watch a movie. I didn't get to watch one last night. I had a bunch of paperwork to do and I forgot. So I didn't watch my movie last night. So I watched one this morning. After that, I just wanted to watch movies all day. But nope, I got to go do some work. I got to do some productive stuff. I can't be sitting watching movies all day, although I can if I want to. Yeah, I can take some time off. It won't hurt. But Christmas is coming up. Oh, yes. I got 6 kids. And they still like presents. Imagine that. And if they don't get a present, they still like cash. Oh, yes, they do. They call it monies. Thanks for the monies, Dad. Thanks a lot for the monies. Oh, you're welcome. I wish I had more monies for Christmases. because that's what's good. That's what's good about it. Gifts are so nice. Okay. Do I ever give gifts of arrowheads? I used to, yeah. But everyone that wanted arrowheads has already got the arrowheads. So it's best just to give cash. Are your eyes glazing over because of this pressure flaking? No, we still got a bunch of people. I'm amazed. We still got a bunch of people watching. Oh, yes. And they might have me in the background. Just they're doing their late night activities. Well, it's late night here on the East Coast. Most of the country is still fairly early. But on Friday night, what did we used to do? When I was married, what did we used to do on Friday nights? Well, usually it was the end of the week at work for me, so I was like dead tired because it gets busier and busier. Where I used to work, my last job, Monday started out not so busy, but as the week progressed, got busier and busier, so that by Friday, I was totally frazzled and exhausted. And I think that's when everyone wanted to go do stuff. Dad, it's the start of the weekend, Dad. We got to go here and there. We got to go to this place and that place. Didn't you know? Somebody's having a birthday. Oh, a birthday or a party of some sort. Especially my wife. I'm divorced now, but at the time, it was like she had so many relatives that there was somebody that had an event going on. Oh, we got to go. It's Friday night. I told you already. You told me? Yeah, I told you like 6 months ago. Oh, yeah, that's right. We did promise to go 6 months in advance. Yeah. Dang it. Can't weasel out of it. No? What's the matter? You tired? Yeah. Oh, well. I'm frazzled and I still got it on my brain because they might call me on the weekend. Come in and fix it. Oh, well. The wife was like, oh, well. That's what you get. What? Nothing. Didn't say nothing. Okay. I was married for 26 years. And yes, to the same person. Imagine that. Same person. Why was it 26 years? Because I did not want it to be 27. Yeah. Giggle, giggle. Yeah, it's funny. Why do you have 6 children? Because I did not want it to be 7. That's why. Isn't that a good reason? That's a good reason. That's a good reason, dude. Oh, yes. The thing is, after you have 2 children, it's pretty much the same. 3 children is pretty much the same as 2. 4 children is pretty much the same as 3. 5, and it gets higher and higher. 5 is just about as, 5 children is pretty much the same as 3 children. Once you have 3, you got your hands full. And then having your hands full just becomes the same old hands full all the time. You just expect to be overwhelmed at all times. Yeah. Even one can get overwhelming. You just find excuses to get overwhelmed. Yeah. When we had our first, we found excuses to get overwhelmed. Even with just one. We waited 3 years between our first two because we were overwhelmed with just one. Are we going to have another one? Yes. The wife says, yes. Really? Yeah. Turns out I think she was competing with her sister, who has 7 or 8 children. I think, let's see, 7. Anyways, baby factories. I married into a family where the women were baby factories. Yeah. Okay, so that's it, right? Let's see, do I need to make that base deeper? Or the notches deeper? I don't want to make them deeper because then I gotta uninstall them. And you know what happens when I try to uninstall things? They end up snapping. Where's a good background? I need to see. You need to be able to see them notches. Yeah. Or to see the symmetry. Yeah. I gotta check it out on the book. I've got to see if it matches, because if it doesn't match, I gotta mess with it. I don't think I've messed with it enough yet. Yeah, I think the neck is too wide. Let's see. We still got 15 minutes left. Where is the Elko? Where are you, Elko? Where did you go? There it is. See, that's what the other one is too. This one's an Elko. Hey, Jesse. $5 super chat. Thank you, thank you. These are both Elkos. This one is the Elko corner notched. Yeah, like this. The base is also on the stem is also very wide, and the neck is very wide on this one, but it's bigger than the one in the book. These are actual size, by the way. And no, I'm not going to show you the front of the book. You're just gonna have to figure it out. Someone's gonna have to tell you. So there's some Elkos in here. I could do this. Yeah, the neck is more narrow than mine. So that, yeah. So that means I have to install this on and do a proper Elko eared. The split stem is even a deeper notch in the middle. Yeah. Elko split stem is even deeper notch. Maybe I'll just do that. See, because the neck is wide on these. See how wide that neck is on that one? I can just make this deeper. But it doesn't look right. But yeah, I can make that center notch deeper so it matches the top of that notch here, matches the bottom of the notch on the sides. This one doesn't yet. It could be a lot deeper. Yeah. Let's put a deeper notch in it. That way I can keep that neck nice and wide. All right. Yes. I knew you would like that idea. I got to make these ears pointy though. They're all pointy in the book. I still got 15 minutes, so might as well do something. Do something with the time left. And try not to break the tips of the ears off. Something is wrong with the way this notch looks. Yeah, these notches, I mean, these ears are way too thick. I don't know what I was thinking. Thick this way. I bet you on the real ones are the ears are very thin. Why they did it that way, I don't know. Of course, I don't get too many questions on that. I hardly get any questions on why was the barb so sharp? Why was the ear so pointy? Why was that notch in the center so deep? I hardly ever get questions like that. They just, I guess people figure it's just artistic license because that's all that's worth, really. It just makes it look cool. It's not necessary for hunting. For hunting, I could have stopped a long time ago and just kept the blade shape. You can mount just a simple blade, leaf-shaped blade to a metal dart or a knife or whatever. It doesn't need to be fancy like this. This is all fancy schmancy. I think these were used for warfare. Anything fancy schmancy was used for warfare or ceremonial warfare. As a ceremonial for funerals, a funeral gift for a warrior. You make him an excellent point. Did I snap off that bar? I snapped it. I snapped the tip off of this one. When did I do that? See, it used to be long and pointy like this. Now it's missing some. Dang it. I don't even know when I did that. Probably messing with the other part of the... Messing with the ears, I accidentally touched the barb. Yeah, man. Alrighty. Dang it. I'm trying to make it symmetrical, but it's not working. And I'm trying to make it thinner too. That barb is really thick, which is probably a good thing, but it doesn't look right. Why it doesn't look right? Because it doesn't look sharp. It not only has to be sharp, it has to look sharp. Yeah. Dang it. How much time I got left? I got like 12 minutes. Still lots of time on my hands. I could try to uninstall the bottom of the notches. It looks almost like a Frio when you put a central notch. I bet you they were made during the same time period. The Elcos and the Frios were probably made during the same time period. And they were stealing each other's ideas. Oh, yes. But one's called a Frio, one's called an Elco. I bet you. I need to look that up. See if they're made during the same time period. So if I deepen that notch, it'll look better. Let's see if I can sneak in there. I'm not going to be able to sneak. I stalled that one good. I stalled that one really good. I'm proud of myself how well I stalled that one. Look at that. I stalled that one really good. You was going to suggest Frio? Well, yeah, that's what it looks like when you put a central notch in there. split stem, Frio split stem, or whatever it was called. Elko split stem. Did I say Frio split stem? The Elko split stem or something similar. I'm just going to leave it. Yeah. I might do that off camera because it's going to take me a while to figure that out. I might have to use the file, but if I can figure out how to do it without the file, that'd be better. Sometimes I can catch a surface somewhere in there and then pull off a flake, and that changes the whole look of the thing, the whole look of that stalled edge. Yeah, okay. It just crushes. Yeah, that's all it does. It's just crushing. So, yeah. So all I did was I thinned down these ears and then put a central notch to make it look more like one of those Elko split stems. There's dull spots here because I braided it earlier. I took off a flake somewhere to try to get rid of some of that steppiness. It did work a little bit. I took a flake down in here somewhere. I think right here. But it still looks nasty. Oh well. So I'm just doing the easy peasy downward pressure. It still sounds like I'm crushing it, though, and not in a good way. Inward pressure. Thin that blade. Yeah, like that. Lose only a minimum amount of edge. These things need to be resharpened. If you ever use these blades for anything, they get dull fast. You got to become an expert at resharpening. Oh, yes. And you got to get it resharpened without crushing it. See that? That's a little bit of a crush right there. Because I wasn't being persnickety enough. Nope. It crushes when the edge is not just right. Sometimes it has to do with the tool tip also. Anyways, that's it. I'm just going to check the chat from here on in. I'm done with it. I could still mess with those notches, but I'm tired. I might be able to see my way out tomorrow. I can expand the notches out. I can borrow. See, it's still like it's still convex right here at the bottom of this barb. I can steal some material from here and widen this notch, and just kind of zigzag it inside the notch and expand this out, and that will unstall it. Same on the other side. I can borrow from this underside and just zigzag it. Go, flake, 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 and zigzag it around the bottom of that notch, and it'll unstall it. It'll make this notch wider, but it'll also make it deeper and not stalled anymore. But it's a very delicate procedure, especially with this stuff. This stuff will generate a flake that's too long and too big sometimes, way more than you'd expect. So as I'm borrowing from this bottom side, it has a chance of going right across and taking that entire barb off. So I have to be very delicate about borrowing from underneath here. But I can borrow from underneath there and zigzag it. Zigzag, 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 all the way around until I get rid of that stall. Yeah. but I got to do that off camera because it's just tedious. It'd probably take me 30 minutes just to do that, just to fix the bottom of the notches the way I like. Yeah. I want them to be like this notch. See that? There's no powdery looking crushing going on. That's the way I like these to look. Yeah, in case you're wondering. Everything's covered with dust. Okay, so that's it. Little bitty Elko. And I think some of them were serrated. Maybe not. I like it. Yes, I do. I wish I had, let me see. Do I have a lighter on me? Sometimes I have a lighter. I can backlight it. If I have a lighter, I don't have a lighter because I haven't been smoking cigars lately. Yeah. I'm not going to smoke any until Christmas. Nope. All right. This will be available in the auction, so I'm going to backlight it in the auction. You'll be able to see. Okay? Okay, what do we got in the chat? Let me put it out here so you can see.
What did you make?
I made that.
You made that during, what did I miss?
You missed the whole live stream.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah. Anybody brand new to the chat? Just walked in? No, I lost about 20 people after I said that was it. Ralph says, I like it. Elko eared, great choice. Thank you, thank you. There are some masochists out there in TA. What is TA? Gulf Coast Knapping is here. Jake, how's it going? You got to check out Gulf Coast Knapping. He does the big blades, so I don't have to. Yeah. T-Bird in the shade. Napper Jack, I used to watch you for hours and hours and years ago. Glad I found you again. You found me again? Awesome. Did YouTube hide my account somehow so you didn't see it? Check the translucency. Yeah, I've tried to check the translucency on this, but the shop light isn't that great. Let me see. Let me see if I can angle this so I can check the translucency. If I angle it just right, sometimes you can see how translucent it is. It's not that translucent. It's kind of hazy, right? It's a hazy gray looking obsidian. Yeah. I'll show it in the auction. I do a lot better job of showing translucency during the auction because that's where I have my flashlight. Yeah. What else did I miss? Tommy Anderson says, not many obsidian points down here in Texas, if any. They might be traded. Yeah, obsidian was traded into Texas. The closest source is like northern New Mexico or something. Or maybe it's even further than that. Let's see, I watched your T-Bird in the Shade says, I watched hours and hours of your videos, brother, and I admit I never got much practice, but I must have stuck in my head because I did a couple pieces the first try. I got lucky. Awesome. What is obsidian? Obsidian is a volcanic glass. It comes from volcano lava. Yeah. Joshua, it's a volcanic glass. Believe it or not, volcanoes can make glass. God help us says, have you ever thrown any of your spear tips to see if they work? No, not the spear tips. That's a waste of my spear tip. Yeah. Since I don't need to hunt with them, there's no way I'm going to throw them because what happens if it hits anything, the tip will break off. I don't care. Sometimes it hits branches on the way. The tip will break off even before it hits the target. And you know how I know they work? Because they were used for thousands of years. Yeah. As long as I make them the same size and shape, I know they work because they were used for thousands of years, literally. Okay. I'm not picking on you. I just like to talk smack a little bit. I'm indirectly implying that you don't know this. Ken Winton is here. I finally got to see a live feed. It's been a while. How you doing? I'm doing good, Ken. How are you doing? Yeah, Noah says, damn, 2025, where did you go? No, 2025 has been a long, slow march for me. It's taken forever. So, but that's kind of a good thing, I suppose. Sal, I think Alan and Mike changed their handles and avatars. Oh, dang. Let's see. What do we got here? Lots of crossover style types here in South Central Texas. Yeah. God help us says it's very cool. Unfortunately, I would not have the patience, so I would go hungry in caveman times. No, you wouldn't go hungry because you can trap and fish. You don't have to use projectile points. You would not go hungry. No, you would just be the guy that catches all the turtles or something like that. You don't need projectile points to catch turtles. What's the point of making them if you don't use them? Oh, he don't know me too well, do he? Big J Profit. It's in your name. The answer to your question is in your name. It's called profit. I sell these things. That's the point of making the points. Yeah. And I can use them, and people that buy them from me can use them as well. Heck, if I had the attitude that I'm never going to make something I'm not going to use, I would never make them. Because, sometimes you just don't get to use them. You can go hunting and never get a shot. You can go hunting and never get a good shot at a deer and never shoot an arrow because the deer's not close enough, or the deer's in the wrong position, or the bear is in the wrong position. Whatever you're hunting, you might not ever shoot something. And with that possibility, with that attitude, hey, if sometimes I'm not going to shoot nothing because it's not in the right spot, I shouldn't even make these things at all. Yeah. That's not a good attitude. Noah says, you didn't seal it up yet? What does that mean? The tree fella says, yeah, my rifle ain't been shot in years. There you go. Ken Winton says, you use arrowheads, don't you? I use arrowheads, yes, but I hardly ever shoot the stone ones because the steel is a lot better. I hate to admit, because people don't like it when I say that. But yeah, steel is a lot better for arrowheads. Why do you think the Indians